everyone, I'm Jess from Hello Monday and I'm sitting here with Will from Hello Monday.
Hi everyone.
I just wanted to sit down with him and have a quick chat about the Domestic Violence Victims Protection Act, which is coming into play today. So yeah, are you okay to answer a few questions?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So what is the Act about?
Yeah, so a bit of background about the Act. It got passed last year in December, and this Act impacts every business in New Zealand. It doesn't matter what size you are. The Act is a piece of legislation that allows protection for individuals or employees that are going through or experiencing domestic violence, either at home, and that can be physical or verbal abuse. The Act was passed through by Jane Logie, who's the MP for the Green Party, and she lobbied for this Act to come through. So it's now here. As I said before, it impacts every business. Look, there's some things in there that we'll cover off, I guess, with your questions around the Act.
So what are employees entitled to under the Act?
So in terms of entitlement, I guess firstly, if we go back to, there's 4 different acts that this particular Act comes across. So the first is obviously Employment Relations Act. There's Health and Safety Act, Privacy Act, and the Holidays Act. So on that note, the entitlement is 10 days. However, that doesn't accumulate. So it's 10 days that an employee can apply for domestic leave, and it's on the same premise as sick leave and also bereavement leave as well in terms of applying for domestic leave.
And how about confidentiality?
Yeah, good question, Jess. And confidentiality in this case is paramount. But I guess that's the handling of the topic when an employee comes in and approaches either the business owner or the manager or someone in the business that they're experiencing domestic violence at home. So as I said earlier, this Act covers the Privacy Act. So it's I guess the process that's set up on how the business deals with when an employee comes in and talks to them about about stuff that's going on at home. So I would say that training is really important, and there's different ways where you can get that training. We can come out and help businesses around that, or there's organisations such as Shine who deal with this sort of training for leaders, and that's probably a really good first port of call. But I guess with confidentiality, it's also looking at the person's circumstance, and I guess being really mindful of what they're going through, and I guess this, again, going back to training is so important. I can't emphasise that training will be a key part to handling the confidentiality of the information that you receive, and obviously how you store it and who you share it with.
And what about businesses? How does this affect them?
Look, as I said from the start, it impacts every business. So for, I guess, that 10 days leave, that's got to be accounted for in your payroll. So if you haven't already spoken to your payroll provider and your accountant to have that into your leave, then I'd really ask you to go and do that, because as I said, it's similar to bereavement leave, where it's 3 days leave and sick leave is 5 days. I know that some companies have just left it open and not stuck to the 10 days. But again, that's the same with sick leave. I know some businesses that have unlimited sick leave. So, but I guess the main things is that you've updated your employment agreement with this clause in there, or what a clause that speaks to this piece of legislation, but also in your policies and procedures. So how do you apply for domestic violence leave? If you are impacted, what's the process in terms of going and talking to someone in the workplace, or another place where you can talk to someone? And I think that's the biggest thing here, is that we want people to be feel comfortable that they can approach the employers if they are experiencing some form of domestic violence.
Thanks for answering my questions.
You're welcome.
So if you'd like to find out more about the Act, please get in contact with us on our website. We have a lot of consultants that are available to help you update your contracts and incorporate it into your business.
And also, if you want us to come out and run a workshop for you, we can do that. We did a workshop a couple of weeks ago, which went really well. So we can help you interpret this piece of legislation, but also help you update your contracts, and also give your leaders some information, advice on how to work through this change.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Will.
All right. Thanks, everyone. See ya.
Bye.